Are you frustrated with tripod choices that can't even hold up the lightweight Nodos? This is David with Inspire Precision, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the Manbily carbon fiber tripod, and we're going to see how it stacks up to some Amazon cheapies. If you've been watching any of my videos, maybe for the last 6 months, you've seen this Manbily carbon fiber tripod sitting over here to the side. Usually it has my Zello sitting on it. Manbily was nice enough to send this to me for a review. Thank you, Manbily. And it is about time that I actually show you guys this and give my honest take on it. I've been using it for a long time. I want to see how it stacks up against the cheapest $15 option that is really only good for mounting like an action camera, a GoPro style camera, to some of the more expensive, the $50 aluminum varieties that you can get on Amazon. These work pretty well for just cameras, but if you're going to put anything heavy on them, like a rifle, that is really where they start to be pretty lacking. As soon as you get this Manbily tripod in your hands, you're going to be able to tell that it is quality built. You've got the carbon fiber legs, you've got all of the aluminum construction. It just feels so much better than even, just feels so much better than even the $50 Amazon variety. Rightly so, it's like 6 times the cost. The first thing that you're going to notice is it can get insanely tall. These have these twist lock legs on them, so you're going to loosen it up and extend the leg out and then just tighten it back down. This has 4 distinct leg sections, all carbon fiber, all extremely stiff. So you can see how tall this is. When it's spread out, it's going to be about this tall. It's probably about 5 feet tall. You'd have to look at the website for final specifications. And it's just as easy to take down. So you twist that lock open, and you will insert the legs inside one another and tighten it back up. Enough with looking at it. I think the best way to show you what this can handle is actually putting some things on it. I'm going to set this up. It's going to be kind of janky because I have 2 legs behind my table here and 1 leg on my table. We're going to get it set up and we're going to start throwing things on it and showing you what this can actually hold. This is pretty much the only way that I can have this set up at my table here. But let's see some of the things that we can put on this. This has a Picatinny rail and an Arca rail slot. And it's all this quick release. It is perfect for anything that you've got that either has a pick rail or an Arca rail on it. Some of the things that I have, how about this camera that has an Arca rail? Yep, perfect. That's about the lightest thing that I've got today, but you can put on any camera accessory that has that Arca rail on the bottom. That's going to work the same for bigger cameras. This tripod is plenty enough to take any camera that you've got. How about a spotting scope? Spotting scope on the Arca rail. Let's turn it around so we can use it. Loosen up that the ball there. Look at that. This is perfect height at this 5-foot extension. Perfect height for me to use this spotting scope when I am standing. I don't know why you would want to, but what if you want to mount your pony bottle, your buddy bottle, to your tripod? Well, I've got one of our bottle bands, link in the description below. You can set that right down in the pick rail and tighten up that quick release. Look at that. Now you've got your buddy bottle right on your tripod. Why? I don't know. What's next? How about a no-dose? No-dose with our handguard with the removable pick rails. Link in the description below. Look at that. No-dose. Perfect. A little tall. I wouldn't be shooting it that way. But you can adjust these legs anywhere you want between about 5 feet till, about, I don't know, 1.5 feet. How about something a little bit heavier? How about a Zellos? Let's throw this on there. Again, pick rail, Zellos. If this was at the right position to actually shoot, and I didn't have it resting on my table here, this would be a perfect tripod to actually shoot your Zellos off of. What's next? Do I have anything heavier? How about a Hats and Blitz? Now you're going to say, hey, this doesn't have any pick rail attachments where you need it. Let's use the one right on the bottle band. We're going to give this a little bit of a crank, get it a little bit tighter. We'll set that down. We'll tighten it up. And I'll come to this other side. As you can see, we have a Hats and Blitz cantilevered way off of the rear of this Manbily tripod. How great is that? That ball adjustment is rock solid. What do I have that's even heavier? Is there anything heavier than a Blitz? I've got one last thing to try. How about a Hats and Factor Sniper Long? Let's mount that in there. Look at that. The Manbily carbon fiber tripod took this in stride and it will have no issues. But you say, that isn't even as good as a test as the Blitz you just did. It's not even cantilevered off the back. So let's mount this at the front bipod point and see if the tripod can handle it without that ball slipping. Look at that. You got all the weight of this Hats and Factor Sniper Long cantilevered off the back of this Manbily tripod, and it is taking it in stride. You can't move this thing at all. Look at the mount. If you took off the Arca mount and threaded it on to something else, how about this camera gimbal? We're kind of going in a step in the wrong direction here. Let's mount this. We'll turn it on. How about this camera gimbal? Look at that. The Manbily carbon fiber tripod can be used for your lightweight camera gimbal. Last but not least, maybe you've got a chronograph you want to sit on top of your tripod. Let's try one out. There we go, guys. All kinds of adjustments for any of your chronographs when you mount with the supplied Arca rail. Let's take this chronograph off and just go through a few of the things that you'll actually be using this tripod for. What you're most likely to use this for is rifles that have either an Arca or a pick rail attachment on the bottom, so you can make sure you are steady in your shots. Like this no-dose here, if this was at the right height, this would be an excellent tripod for taking out to shoot. Maybe you're pesting outside, you're going to crank this wheel, and you're going to be able to get very, very steady shots. Hey, if you're shooting up, this would be a perfect elevation for this tripod. It's going to give you rock solid shots and excellent follow-ups. throughout the whole magazine. I really think this is going to be very useful for a spotting scope as well. So if you have to be looking at your shots 100 yards away where you're really not able to see a whole lot, you're going to be able to mount your spotting scope and stand. You won't have to stoop down, and you are going to get excellent security and stability with a tripod like this. So is this tripod for you? Well, you're going to have to make that decision yourself. So if you have any experience with the Death Grip line of tripods where you've got the clamp that holds on to the stock of your rifle, this really is pretty much the same price as those. So if you're willing to buy one of those, getting one of these is really not any different. I like it because it has the pick rail and the Arca rail attachment on this quick release. It is really, really light. It suits my purpose, and I'm going to get a lot of use out of this tripod. If you do want to pick one of these up, I've got a link down in the description. I also have a coupon code so you can get a little bit of money off on your next tripod purchase. I hope you enjoyed this fun video. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you throw a like on this video, and comment down below what kind of tripod that you have. This was David with Inspire Precision, and I want to remind you guys to break out of your comfort zone, learn a new skill, and have a great day.